Round 2, fight! We got Baiken here, second character that's going to be revealed so far today. So this is hype. Now, automatically, like I was scrolling down, I'm skipping over everything. You guys know I want you guys to see my raw reaction to everything. I was just going, I was like, Earth Thief? Yeah. Say goodbye to my sky stones. I was like, I am happy that she is the one that you are guaranteed to get. That would have been better because I just did, you guys are going to see the Soul Bad Guy video first, right? But it is funny though to think that, you know, it would have been so much better because it might be possible that, you know, Soul Bad Guy might be a fully memory imprinted character. Well, you know, because in this game you're gonna get all of the skill ups just through Molagora, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just look at her, but let's look at the S3, which is up here. Oh, she's finishing. I'll start over, baby girl. Thank you. And boom, the classic. That's classic, by the way. That is actually like her. Ooh, that's like one of her actual supers, which is really cool. Which is weird. Like Soul Bad Guys was very unimpressive. I like this one. It's actually like her same like finish, whatever they call it in that game. So, but what does she do? And of course, I wanted to give you guys the raw reaction. We got our music playing in the background and getting the spirit, like the holiday spirit. This is when I get hyped. I'm more hyped for this shit than holidays. It's sad, but hey, you know. All right, so we're capable of detonating bleeding effects. Great, sweet. All right, because I was reading somewhere in the thing, it was like, there's a new battle effect called detonate. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? All right, so Satami Gaishi attacks the enemy repeatedly with a 45%, maximum 70% chance to inflict 2 bleed effects for 2 turns. A critical hit will reduce the cast skill cooldown. Karen? So she has the ability, and I funny that they put maximums because Soul Bad Guy really didn't have any like things like this. So you have the ability to put 2 bleed effects, and that's very important because, you know, now we have someone, and you know, for me, I like that because, you know, oh yay, Banshee, because I feel like no one runs Fancy except me and my counterattack shenanigans. But it is cool that, you know, she could, you know, if we're thinking about counter, and I'm always thinking about counter, S1 constantly leading bleed effects, and we just read that she's gonna have a detonation skill, which is probably the S3, which is cool, right? Let's skip before awakening because, you know, we're never gonna awaken our characters. Attacks the enemy. Oh, sorry, the S2. This is a toughie. Surane Sanzu Watashi. You guys can grade me. I don't know. Someone complimented me on. No, they complimented me on my Spanish. Oh no, someone complimented me on my Japanese when I was like, see, I did. So I think Surane Sanzu Watashi. Hey. Alright, so attacks the enemy with an expert swordsmanship with a 55% chance, maximum 80, chance of inflicting 3 bleed effects for 2 turns. The critical hit will grant an extra turn. So this is actually, this is what do they call? Like, hey, can I borrow your homework? It's like, yeah, just like don't make everything look exactly the same. That stupid meme. And yeah, this S1 is actually Karen. The S2 is Karen as well. But this is really important because unlike Karen, is that the S2 leading into the S1, this is inflicting 3. So she S2 into S1 already, regardless of what the S3 does, which is the detonate, that is 5 bleeds on a target. Jesus Christ. 5 bleeds on a target instantaneously within 2 seconds. 80% chance. 80 here, 70 here. You know, obviously you want to invest into that, and that's a lot of damage. So let's just roll on down to the S3. Delivers a deadly blow, detonating any bleed effects. Oh, I was kind of hoping it wasn't just bleeds. Inflicted on the enemy at the end of the turn. A critical hit increases the combat readiness of all. Oh, interesting. By 15%, going up to the maximum of 25%. So that actually gives her a little bit more flexibility. 10 soul burn as well. So okay, let's talk about random stupid stuff, right? Let's talk about random stupid stuff because that's the point of these videos. This is not a guide, but I will unleash a guide. It's gonna be my first time when a character drops. We're gonna do a quick guide on them because I feel like this is I don't know. I'm just really excited for this, and you know, it breaks up the monotony of the grind in the game. So let's just do some fun theory crafting as far as, so let's say you can actually S3 in the beginning. right? This is a 7 turns cooldown. We don't know if you know, we don't have the information into the Molagora. This is the problem when you do a character reveal kind of thing. So you could S3 in the beginning, right? Give all allies, which should be including herself if she crits. So she's clearly on crit. So now, hello? Pressing too many buttons. I don't know why I always try to like highlight this and I can't. So if we're thinking, let's theory craft it, right? So you know, you could S2, which is going to be the common thing, S2, S3, and S2, S3 with a really fast build on crit, and this is going to provide you with 3 bleeds and an explosion, right? Or you can go for something more greedy, which is S2, S1, and then maybe something else boosts you enough to get the 5 bleed explosion. Obviously there are other characters that have bleeds, but when I go through the guide, I'll look for all of them for you guys. I'll make the most optimal team. Obviously the queen, the other queen, now you have the queen, or is she the princess? We'll probably see, like, but obviously Sorin is another ninja based character that puts a lot of bleeds. I think her S2 puts 3, her S1 extends any bleeds that are on the target. So imagine these two together. That's like the first character that comes to mind. And crazy enough, Sorin has a speed imprint, and I'm happy to have her with, I think, at least 3 so far. So you have Sorin here. She gives attack percentage all to all squares, which is really good. So it's gonna be really insane. And she's a thief, so we're going to be expecting high speed and hopefully a high attack base. You know, it is a bleed, and Sorin actually has a relatively low, from what I can see, but she is a 4-star hero. This is a 5-star character that's gonna have bleeds, and they're gonna be ticking, boy. They're gonna be ticking. So it's gonna be really cool. And yes, the first time you're ever gonna see a actual like detonating. So these a detonation, usually I'm gonna go down to where they talk about it. Hold on. All right, this is a really good way. Let me actually back it up so just slightly so we can just look at it. All right, so detonate has a new effect. Inflicting damage by activating any damage over time effects inflicted on the enemy. See, this one says any damage over time effects, which they have to be a little bit careful with that, but it's in introducing the effect to the game. So Baiken's detonates, bleeds, it says specifically, because if you know, because there are, I think there's only 2, right? Bleed, and then there is poison, which obviously poison, you know, not, you know, a little bit harder to stack. Damage is proportional to the number of turns the debuff has remaining and the number of total debuffs on the target. So let's go back up, right? So her bleeds on the S1 and the S2 are 2 turns bleeds, right? And they're gonna go away. So, you know, I don't know what that is. That is a lot of testing, actually. You know, how much does the damage detonation do if it's a 2-turn bleed versus when it's at 1 turn? Because like I said, if she's fast enough and you know you have some cycling, you could, you know, S2, S1, and then even if the person that has all these bleeds, you know, goes, they'll have 1-turn debuffs. Or is it better to cash out when it has 2 turns? You know that, and they were more talking about like a boss, because maybe that detonation doesn't have to do with her specifically, but I think that's, you know, that's why they specified it like that. So that's just my assumption. You know, we'll see how that exactly works. And luckily they show that this goes up to 80%. It starts off, you know, 55 is kind of low, to be honest with you. And even at 80, you're gonna have to run some effectiveness. So you're gonna need the effectiveness subs. And lo and behold, it's funny because what did they just drop the gladiator stuff in the actual in the arena shop, right? And a lot of that has attack and it has readiness, combat readiness. I don't think it has crit on it though. So you'd have to mix and match, get as much crit chance as possible, because you know, you definitely want an extra turn for free. You definitely want to reduce your skill cooldowns here. We don't know if this is going to go down to 3 turns, and if this goes down to 6 or even less than that. What you would prefer, obviously, less. Oh no, because this is going to have a few combat readiness stuff and a few damage stuff. Well, that's going to kind of suck. But you can S1 again, just like I think Soul Bad Guys, 10 soul burn. So you can combo this with a mage. Combo it with a mage with the book artifact, and pretty much have a turn 1 instant nuke. But again, single target characters are not, you know, they're really good, obviously. If I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're garbage, but a lot of people look for cleaves, and single target characters are for like bursting a target out of nowhere and just eliminating them from the threat. And I can't wait to just eliminate a Luna from the face of this earth. From limited character to limited character, just erased from the face of this earth. I want an S2, S3 Luna and just be done with it. I want an S2, S3 Angelica and be done with it. And all she has to do is get the turn. So like, that's, you know, single target, but also this is good because since she leaves dots and stuff like that, she actually is somewhat viable for, you know, PvE as well. She can just do a bunch of damage, attack, and just be leading bleeds, and then every once in a while she gets her S3 and gives everyone combat readiness and stuff like that. So pretty cool. You know, I do like the hilarity of a counter build, but I'm scared to do counter attack, DPS counter, because, you know, you could just be like lifesteal, might work out a little bit better. I'm thinking most likely you're gonna probably run her on speed, to be completely honest with you. Also, let's look at her artifact. Which is the Torn Sleeve. 50% chance to inflict bleed for 2 turns after a single attack, and then it goes actually up to 100%. Now, sleeves have some of the best artifacts, and it's funny that I recently today, when I did the free summon, I actually was gonna put it in the front of my video. I was like, oh, I got another RNL. I actually gotten 2 RNLs from free summons, and RNL would probably still be better than this. She already has bleeds. It is nice that now you can give bleeds to other thieves, which I don't know how that would really work out too well, outside of like you put a thief on like rage or something, you know, like, and they'll put a bleed, but they need a single attack. Now she has 3 single attacks, so now it opens up a big can of bullshit. Jesus Christ, because she can now S2 leave 4 bleeds. Jesus. S2 leave 4 bleeds that are 2 turns, and then you can just S3 at that point. At that point, then that change, actually with this artifact that changes, but this is on the limited banner. You're not guaranteed this artifact whatsoever. But if you do get it, it almost, damn man, that's dirt. That's dirt. If they were reversed, that would actually be better, because this changes how effective she is. Because you don't even need RNL at that point. But RNL with a character that gets automatic turns is really stupid. Because you can S2 and you get the granted extra turn, and then the RNL procs. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me. I'm not trying to say that I know, but I have seen it with Karen's and before, is that you can S2, you get the additional turn for both, and they give them to you at the same time, so you can S1 there and then S3 right afterwards. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I could be wrong. You guys feel free to correct me. I'm not trying to spread misinformation, but I think that's what happens when you gain an extra turn when something else gives you an extra turn. There's not that many thieves that have that ability besides like Karen and now her that have this mechanic. So even if not, you know, S2 with this artifact alone, you can S2, well, you know, that's only if you don't have this, right? Still, RNL would be crazy, but with this artifact, you know, you can S2 and then S3, and again, that is 4 2-turn bleeds with this artifact. But with RNL, you know, you can, I think you could still S2, S1, and it's pretty much the same thing if you get the RNL proc, right? That's only if you get it, but this is better. This is clearly better if you're running the bleed. So this is going to be big. You're definitely going to want this while you're summoning for the when you're doing the summon, the limited banner. You're going to want to get a couple of these, because her memory imprint is not as important as the artifact. I think you guys would agree with me on that. What would you rather have, attack percentage memory imprint, or an artifact like this, 100% chance to bleed on a single attack? Like, you can put it on Karen, like, It doesn't matter. What thief you put this on, it's so much better if it's 100%. 50% is still pretty good too. Let's not laugh at that. You know, like 50% chance every time they do a single attack. And a lot of thieves, there aren't that many thieves. Imagine Violet with this thing. Ugh. Oh god. He get his S1, he's counterattacking for free, and then he's just leaving bleeds, and he's on heavy attack build because he doesn't care because he's gonna keep missing and healing. Oh my god, this is disgusting. This artifact is just on par with how crazy she is. But let's say you don't get her or something. She's limited, you're gonna get her, right? Everyone's been saving, and the yeah, it's so busted. Yo, they were smart to put this on the thing. You gotta clap it up. Clap it up. That's smart. That's actually smart. Because this is busted. This is busted. You don't even have to run it on her. She's really good by herself. There are other thief artifacts that are amazing. But imagine, like, I gotta look. I might even do a torn sleeve video now. Just on each thief that can run this broken artifact, on the fact that they could just leave bleeds on their thing. Violet is crazy with that. Like I said, Karen would actually like just be like, throw it on them. Like if you don't have Baiken, or for some reason you don't like her design, but you got this, what would you say? Whatever. All right, I'm done. I'm rambling too long. Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be on limited banner with herself. Yeah. But the crazy part about the limited banner, now it kind of makes me slightly upset, is that it's only the limitedness of it is the character. So there's no guarantee you'll ever get this at all. Like I didn't get Celestine. Oh no, Celestine wasn't the thing. It was Noble Oath, I think that was. But this, I think the artifact goes into the pool. Yeah, see, the hero Baiken and the artifact Torn Sleeve are limited and will not be added to the Covenant summon after the event has ended. This hero and artifact may be sold in the same or similar form in the future. So it sucks that they say may. I would prefer if they say you can or can't. But obviously it's better to say may now, so you open the gates or open the bank account, you know. So yeah. But yeah, damn man, that's a good artifact, man. So yeah, that's Baiken. I think she's really good. I think her artifact is really good. Junk Dog is good too, but his thing is on basic skill. Converted is so much different from single attack. You guys got to know how different that is. That is a completely different beast when we're talking about a single attack. As long as it hits one target, it is blown out of proportion. And if I'm not mistaken, by the way, I have to check Kayron. I hope I get this and I can check Kayron with it, because his S1 is treated like a it is a AoE when he has a buff, but I think it is still considered like a single attack. That's why the Dust Devil can proc it twice. So you can actually have Kayron just that wouldn't really be a good artifact, you know, on Kayron, but it'd just be funny to have him AoE dropping. Okay, I gotta get out of here. It's so much theory crafting. I'm sorry. Some people know I do this all the time. That's why my videos are long. You guys be like, oh, these YouTubers are always trying to get 10-minute videos, and it's like, bro, I'm trying not to have 30-minute videos. I'm trying to cut these videos down because I be getting hyped as hell, and I be wanting to talk. I've gotten better. Most of my subscribers know, like, I've definitely gotten better. Sometimes you gotta talk for 8 hours, bro, and just be hyped. That's what keeps games alive, man. You just hype and you just